Yeah.
Whether you choose to be a lawyer or you choose to be a laborer, we are going to respect whatever path you choose because in this nation, everyone should have the freedom to sharp their own course and the opportunity to succeed.
Yes.
As the governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I signed an executive order making 92% of all state government jobs no longer require a college degree. 66,000 doors of opportunity were open to people who no longer have an arbitrary barrier holding them back, but instead were welcoming them saying, we're going to value your skills. We are going to recognize you for your talents, whether those talents were cultivated in the military or in a union hall. We've invested in VOTEC and we've invested in, hear me on this, union apprenticeship program. To put more people to work for the first time ever. Students now have stipends available. We are using PLA when we do big work projects in our lives. We respect the union way of life. Let me tell you who else respects the union way of life. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz respect the union way of life. Whether they're our SCIE nurses working with our seniors or whether it's someone building a road in the heat of summer, the level of respect being shown to our workers is unmatched when it comes to Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. They've spent a career doing this work. You know, Kamala Harris and I have known each other about 2 decades. We've both been prosecutors, we've both been attorneys general, and we have both gone to court to stand up for workers who've been screwed by the boss. Kamala Harris is on the board. Kamala Harris has walked the halls of power. Kamala Harris has been by Joe Biden's side to stand up for workers. And what has Donald Trump done? Donald Trump quite literally went to the Supreme Court of the United States and petitioned those justices to make this nation a right-to-work nation. Hear me on this. As long as Kamala Harris is president, this will never be a right-to-work nation. Let us not forget, because I know some people out there, not just you, but there's some people out there with a little bit of brain fog about what it was like when Donald Trump was in charge. When he was in charge, he quite literally packed the NLRB with a bunch of corporate lawyer shills who worked overtime to take away your rights. We're not going back to that. We are not going back.
Not going back. Not going back.
You can tell what Donald Trump's values were. I remember this vividly as Attorney General. He put a rule in place that said when you go to a restaurant or a bar, you tip your waiter, your waitress, your bartender, that they wouldn't be able to keep their tips. That those tips would be sent to not about the owner of the restaurant would keep those tips. We went to court against Donald Trump because we, everybody in this room, we stand up for those waiters and waitresses and bartenders and the people who often don't get the level of respect they deserve in our economy. Let me tell you something. We kicked Donald Trump's ass in court. get better. To rebuild our infrastructure, to stand up for our teachers, to stand up for our firefighters, and do the hard work necessary to move this country forward. Now, here's what I want to say to all of you. I know that this is a moment where there are real threats. There are real challenges. And Donald Trump poses a serious danger to our economy, to our workers, and to world affairs. But notwithstanding those challenges, I want to know I'm more optimistic and hopeful than ever before. And I'll tell you why. Because throughout our shared history, over the last 248 years ago, the first chapter of which, written in Becky Craigler's hometown of Philadelphia, it has been patience, constantly coming together to write the stories of our American history in ways where when the story of the chapter begins, it always ends with us in a better place. Every chapter in our American story has ended with us being more just, more free, more tolerant. And while there have been times where we've taken a couple steps forward and it feels like maybe we're taking one back, in every single chapter of our American story, it's been ordinary Americans rising up, demanding more, seeking justice, looking for a better future, and writing that chapter in a way that leaves us in a better place for our kids and our grandkids. And throughout that history, it's been organized labor. It's been folks like you on the front lines doing that work, not just to win the election before us, but to create a more just and tolerant, peaceful society. So the reason I am hopeful, the reason I am optimistic is because of all of you. We have been here before. We have triumphed through adversity, and we will do so again over the next 80 days. My friends and organized labor, the task now falls to each of us to win this election, to write the next chapter, and to build a more just and tolerant and inclusive society. Are you with me? Leaders in the room, and many of you in this room are active in your communities with our labor movement. So thank you. Thank you for that. And what an incredible lineup. It's hard to follow Senator Schumer, Governor Shapiro. Maybe I'll just say they were my warm-up acts or something. I don't know. But it's a union town, Chicago. This is labor's town. I've never seen so much union garb on the streets of the city at one time. I'm loving it. And we see women workers, we see young workers, people from literally every background, cat ladies, dog ladies. I think about J.D. Vance and I say it's going to be your worst nightmare, as you're walking around the street, seeing all of us out in force across this country. But I also want to acknowledge my partner, Fred Redmond, who is the Secretary-Treasurer of the AFL-CIO. And we've been out traveling this country. And I know I was out on the West Coast all last week at 4 different national conventions, different union conventions in the span of, I think, 48 hours. Cement masons, plasters, sheet metal workers, nurses, bus drivers, municipal workers, across these conventions, I just got this feeling that all these people, no matter what walk of life they were from, were so fired up and so excited about this moment that we have in front of us. The second you walked into the room, union leaders were excited, members, our allies, you can just feel it. You can just feel it. Do you feel it? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's because of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and this unbelievable, we're talking about joy. We're talking about hope. We're talking about opportunity. It's such a welcome contrast, and people have just been missing it for such a long time. I hope you feel the same way, because it is about time that this is about something going deeper than, this is just not one campaign, and this is not about service messaging that we're seeing from the other side. This is about working people. People are waking up and they are seeing the labor movement in a whole new light. And that's because of you. That's because of you. We are giving people hope. People who have felt powerless are now looking at the labor movement. And they are seeing there actually is a way to fight back. There actually is a way to push back against corporate greed and inequality and racism. Right? And that is the labor movement. We change. There is a way to make more money, a way to have good
is the labor movement because it's been reunion. Unions are winning. Unions are winning. It's that simple. And we have had some amazing history-making wins this past year. If you think about working people who have been on the move, people all over the country, our auto workers, UAW, writers, actors, SAG-AFTRA, WGA, I know are in the house. I could go on and on because we've seen so many workers who have been fed up and fired up, no matter where you go in this country, winning in places that literally people didn't think it was possible, right? You think about the Deep South. We're organizing workers in all kinds of jobs. Baristas, museum workers, cannabis shops, right? Video game workers. That always gets a chuckle, doesn't it?
Yeah, what is that?
All led by a new generation of young people from every walk of life, which is so exciting. And get this, 900,000 unionized workers won double-digit pay increases last year. That is astounding. This is our time. This is our time because we have momentum. But momentum only matters if you do something with it, right? And that's what this week and this election are all about. And this is about the largest mobilization of working people this country has ever seen. That is what the labor movement's going to deliver. That's right. Let me say it again. The largest mobilization of workers in American history that we're going to deliver to the world. And this isn't going to be some top-down Washington, D.C. thing, right? This is going to happen on the ground, in our communities, with these historic investments that you just heard about in our local infrastructure. They're coming to life. People are feeling it, especially in the swing states. And this is about a member-to-member in our families and our households kind of program. And that's what you all will deliver. Because I'm going to leave you with a couple data points, okay? We are going to be the difference makers because every data point tells us that people trust their unions more than their friends and more than their families. I don't know what that says about their families, but they trust you. They trust you. And in battleground states right now, Kamala Harris is plus 15 among union members. In non-labor union households, she's negative 2 points. So you see the margin right there. And we are the ones that are going to make the margin and take this campaign to the public. But if we turn out union members in higher numbers, we got this, right? Now, all we need is for you all to go back into your communities and talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to your families, your loved ones. Because we are going to leave Chicago fired up. I know that we're going to have a ton of momentum, but my fear is that we leave here thinking that, oh, this is all over. We got this. Okay, that's what I thought. Because we got to leave here and actually double down, right? Bring in 1, 2, 5, 10 more people to the polls between now and November. What about signing up for a day of action? Raise your hand if you're from Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, or Nevada. All right, we got days of action going on this weekend that you can be a part of, right? And then there's Labor Day. That is our day. And that's in a few weeks. And we have to maximize it. And you are going to turn out big walks and canvases on Labor Day weekend. That's our kickoff, right? So, betterintheunion.org. Visit our site if you want to sign up with our central labor councils, our state federations. We've got programs running everywhere across this country. I'll say one more thing as I close. It's really really easy to watch Trump kind of implode in these speeches and these interviews. It's a lot of fun to watch. But this event, well, first of all, let's just talk about the press conference. Did anybody watch the one that he did talking about the, quote, pain of working families at his private golf club? Yeah, that's the speech to roll out an economic plan, right? And there is no plan. Nobody ever focuses on that. It's easy to watch him flail. It's easy to watch him sort of lose his focus. But that is how we felt in 2016. Okay? We cannot take a single day or a single vote for granted. That's right. Please. People. We have seen this movie before for 4 years, and guess what? It was a horror movie. Remind people that Kamala Harris walked picket lines while Donald Trump crossed picket lines, and J.D. Vance was giving tech talks to billionaires. Remind people that this is literally life and death for the right to join a union, the right to strike, the right to organize. So I know this group is ready. Are you ready? Are you fired up and ready? Are you ready to make history? Are you ready to win? Thank you, our union family. Let's get to work.
We are now going to have a panel consisting of three amazing labor leaders. And I'm really honored to introduce the members of the panel in addition to Liz. Becky Pringle, who's the